go. All right. This is the breakout scanner, or new high. And here we go. These are the strong and stronger scanners. I try not to trade. I try not to be tempted. It's only been 6 minutes. I got started about 5 minutes late. But QCOM is there, QMCL, SOXL, ASTS, STX. Again, QCOM is looks like it's really moving. It says it's over the last 5 minutes, it's up 763. Well, it's the open. It's probably a gap up. I start trying to put symbols on my market analyzer right over here. I use all these columns to tell strength and direction, momentum, and I really try to wait till the 30-minute open range is complete, because in years past I've tried to trade earlier ones, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15. I've come to realize that the 5 minute is too quick, too many opportunities. They're there. Just which one are you going to grab in 5 minutes? If you have a good system that can help you sort them and look at them and get them somewhere where you can make some sense out of them, by all means do it. It works. It can work, but I never made it work. So I just wait. Just see. I start adding symbols to the watch list probably on average 20 minutes in, 15-20 minutes in. I let it die down because it's too chaotic. Too chaotic. Got a bunch of symbols hitting the. This is the new high of the day scan. This is new high, new low over here. This is strong down on the left. I try not to short. I always get smoked. So I try not to short. I don't know why that is, but that's how it seems to me. We got several names, symbols I recognize hitting the scans, the new high. So maybe one of those would be the one we want, and that's all we want. We want one good trade out of the symbol list we generate. We want one good trade, maybe two. At least that's me. I want one good trade. And then I try not to be greedy, because yesterday I traded, and made my first video yesterday, and traded through the afternoon and gave it all back. And I hate to say it, but that's generally what I do. If I trade in the afternoon, I end up giving it back. But it was a good video. It showed the workflow that I use to find the symbol that I think is going to be my best opportunity. Nothing about what I do and what I'm getting ready to show you and talk about is a guarantee that you can make any money. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying what I do can help you find the best symbol, and I do believe that to take a shot at making your daily goal. I do believe that. I believe you can do that with my my workflow and the information I use to. And it's not just one piece of information. It's a combination of things. And QCOM still holding strong. Oh, got a few more showing. And again, my watch list is blank. I fight the FOMO, and just like everybody else, I fight it as good as I can. Because when they're running strong, it's hard not to want to jump in and get that. But I found for me, only me, no making no recommendations to nobody else. I found I do better if I wait. Now a lot of people want to get that first uh, hit, so number one they can have cushion and have a little safety net to make the next trade. And the open range has got a lot of volume. It's got a lot of strength. Uh, for me, I found it chaotic, and I don't want to do. I want to do something slow and steady with a little bit of direction. If it doesn't have direction, I I don't want to trade it. And I usually trade to the long side, and I have had no trade days where nothing ever really it didn't fit what I wanted to what my philosophy, my trading philosophy, my workflow. It came close, but they never really fit completely, so I didn't trade. And I don't trade. I'm trying to be more like that. It's easier to make up a zero loss than a $400 loss. All right, QCOM is off the scanner, and now you have Dell, MP, and ROST. Oracle, I saw it hitting the new highs. It's flickering on and off. It's Oracle right here, and this is the strong scanner, and I've made this one a little bit, the threshold to be a little stronger over here, so it's strong and stronger, or strongest, and Dell's on both. So Dell, is he going to be the one? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So I just wait and see. I checked the time. It's 9:44. So we're about 14 minutes in. And again, like I say, I try to start building my watch list um, and about 15, 20 minutes in. And I will tell you, years ago, again, this is a process. Everybody that starts out's got to start somewhere. I tried to trade options. I spent hours looking for news about companies and all their financial stuff, and wasted. No, I don't want to say wasted. It's part of where I am now, but it didn't work for me. Um, so I went to something else, and after that span of time, I don't know how I couldn't tell how long I did all these different things, but came across the website that did the open range, and their open range and their methodology was the 5 minute open range. And yeah, it was another learning experience. Okay, some days you do good, and then the next day you get a huge rollover on something that looked perfectly look like what you did yesterday, setup wise, and all of a sudden it do a nosedive on you. And so, but I did that long enough to determine that, hey, a 5 minute open range ain't for me. So, not sure, don't remember what I did next. I think I did all kinds of things next. Quit for a few months, for a few years. I've done that. Look at this, guys. It is definitely busy. Look at that. 10 on the very strong scanner. I think 12 over here on the strong scanner. That's a lot of opportunities, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, um, it will. It's still early. 15 minutes in for me. It's still early. 16 minutes in. So I try to sit patiently, and don't get me wrong. I want to trade. I want to make my money for the day and stop. I'm not staring at this computer screen all day. I'm not going to do it. I try to make my money before 11 o'clock, because I've also found, part of my experience, that after 11 o'clock, the opportunities go way down. You'll give it back. And that's what I did yesterday. And I think part of that was because I was trading, I was making my first video. I felt like I knew my workflow well enough, and I'd set up all the recording stuff and practiced with it well enough that I could play. I wanted to play longer to get a very good first video for a complete walkthrough. And I did, and I ended up break even. I started out, I got here right at 10 o'clock, loaded everything up, saw some great looking moves, and traded. I was up 656 at the high of the day. First couple of trades. Should have quit. But I was videoing. I was making my first video. I had decided to do that. So I continued to trade. And ended up being break even for the day. I made several trades. The video thing for me, being a newbie, I think it turned out pretty good, and I posted it. So we'll see. The good thing is, guys, we got some opportunities. Oh, and another thing, I used to think the more signals you got, the better off you were. That's not true. The more signals you get, the more you got to determine if it's the one you want to trade. So what I've done with these scans, and I use scans is a third party. It doesn't come with the things I want to market here later on when I get other things set up. That's a third party product. I like it. It finds trading opportunities, and how I use scan is I put it on my workflow, which I built in Market Analyzer, which is a NinjaTrader product. And then I watch for confluence. These are all terms that came up over time. I remember now. The second thing, the third or fourth thing I did was multi-time frame alignment. Lord have mercy. I had one, and I bought the indicators and stuff, and thought it was a good thing. And I'll just tell you, multi-time frame, the what you could do with what I bought, you could go all the way back to the daily. You could go to daily, 240, 60, 30, 15, 5. You could line all that up, and man, I tried it, and man, I didn't do good. So. And like I said, all this has been a learning experience to come to this point. And it's been a long time. I've tried to be a consistent. I'm not going to BS you. I've tried to be a consistent trader for a long time, and I think this workflow that I've developed gives me that opportunity to do that. All right, we're 20 minutes in. We still got some symbols on the strength scanners, and so I'm gonna start building the watch list. Dell's there, GFS is there, VST is there, and I don't know who these companies are. Well, I recognize some of them, not all of them. Snow is there. Dell, VST, and GFS, they're on my strong scanners. Alright, this is my watch list. This is what I do. And I try like heck to wait to the 30-minute open range. These are my open ranges here. I have from the 5 all the way up to the 30. That's 5, 10, 15. This one's 20, 25, and 30. The two columns in the middle right here are dollar off high, dollar off low. These are my 1 minute price look backs. It gives me price action. If you'll see, Snow was on the strong scanner, but look, it's already down $2 over 5 minutes. That's good information, guys. I don't care who you are. It hit the strong scanner. You would think because it's on the strong scanner, it's going straight to the moon. It's not. The one that looks like it's got some good opportunity is GFS right now. These are third-party indicators right here. These 4 right here. I'll tell you more about those. These are the EMAs on the 1, EMAs on the 5. It's the steepness. Steepness is momentum. So look at them like that. This tells you momentum. These are stochastics, just regular standard stochastics. Most of these indicators are mine. I designed them, programmed them. But stochastics is part of. It's just a standard NinjaTrader stochastics, and this is the 5-minute one, and this is the price action on the 5-minute chart. I trade 2 charts. I used to open up 5, 10 charts and have different symbols on all of them. And man, I would be looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and guess what? Didn't mean a thing. I just was looking. QCOM is on there again. Like I said, I'm still building my watch list. And again, I used to spend hours at night building a watch list. Hours. I build it off of what I have determined to be settings in scans that fit the characteristic of the stock that I found did well during the day. So, and then I take those stocks that fit that characteristic, and it's a characteristic, like I said, I would notice things about how the chart looked, and I would go, well, dang, if I could find that, that would help me pick that would help me. And so what I've done is I use scans to find my potential trades, and I throw it over in my market analyzer, and I want it to help me with my trade. We're almost 55 minutes, 25 minutes in, and we got momentum on, we still don't have a 30-minute open range formed yet. This is the 20, Dell's up 228. Everybody else is near the zeros because it looks like Dell's going to be our candidate for the day. But you'll be surprised. I try not to trade weak information. That needs to be green. Basically, these 3 need to be blue. These 3 need to be green. Red, blue, yellow, green. Blue, green, green. Those are my signals, and I made them visual so it's easier to see and easier to trade. And a lot of man hours went into these columns, guys. If you'll look at, I'm not pushing NinjaTrader, but I found it works great for what I wanted to do. And the next thing I did was I quit for a few years. I would trade for a little bit. I'd quit for another couple of years because losing money's not fun. And but long story short, I wanted to get back into it maybe a couple years ago. I don't remember. But during this new startup, I came across a website called Inbox Wave, and it's made a difference for me. All this other stuff was stuff I knew and learned about steepness of EMAs, where the stochastics needed to be, about open ranges. Those were all over different periods of time, not all at one time. And basically, this new thing was Inbox Wave, and I looked at his website and I tried to trade exactly like he traded his futures. I didn't do well. I didn't do well. I'm not going to tell you I didn't do well. But I knew I could take his volume or supply demand indicators, and I thought they would be beneficial in the way I wanted to trade. I wanted to trade momentum. I like momentum. I've tried to do the Ross Cameron thing 3 or 4 times. I can't trade like that. I can't trade big shares and to make 20 cents and then end up losing 50 on, let's say, 5,000 shares. Yeah, I was not very good at it. Again, not my thing, not my style. ASTX is hitting scans. NTAP, I think I've already got on the scanner. And again, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for confluence and alignment over here on my columns. See, still not above the 30 minute because we are only at 27 minutes in. I told you Dell was up over $2. Now look here, Dell's only up over $1.88, and my dollar off high will tell you how far it's pulled back, and that's good information to know, because sometimes if they pull back far enough, you might as well quit looking at them. They're not going to make that. They're not going to make that up. It's $1.22 off the high, and nothing's shown on the down scanner yet. I do put symbols on to the short side. I don't like trading them. I don't know. They're not my friend. All right. I'm just looking to see MCHP. So looks like Dell, GFS, ON, NTAP, APH, and VST. Those looks like our scanners, our strong opportunities for the day. We're 28 minutes in. We've got above the 25. We've got GFS at 81 cents. So right now it's our strong candidate. We'll see. If you'll look across here, it's got a good volume. Those are my volume or supply demand indicators right here. They anchor my workflow. If you don't have supply, if you don't have demand, guess what? It ain't gonna move. So you need to know that information. And when I was looking before, when I was learning things, I saw large volume candles. You know, if you could figure out how to put volume in your trading, like you got flat, or even bar volume candles. Then all of a sudden you get this big bar, and the stocks, the price started to move up. That'd be good information, don't you think? Well, that's what this is. I just didn't know how to get the numbers like he's done it, and it works. It's very helpful. Right now, GFS is still looking good. It's looking really good. It's got a 10-cent spread, really good. Let's see if it meets our standards. Blue, green, stack slope, volume. That's strong, guys. That is really strong. Let's see if it'll hold the 30-minute open range. All right, ASTX is right now at the top. So I'm going to change to, I'm going to put ASTX on the trading chart. And let's see what happens. It started, it flashed, it's weak. We want it to hold. We want it to hold. Dale's back at the top. So we'll try Dale. Now Dale's going pretty much straight up. It's kind of dangerous when it's like that. And I go small shares on $200 and $300 stocks. I go like a couple of hundred shares. But we'll see. Dale is still our #1 candidate because it is above the 30-minute open range. And I've got it on the trading charts. This is where I trade out of. This is on the left side here. This is the 5-minute and 1-minute chart. That's all I ever opened. I used to open many charts, and as I was looking for a symbol, guess what? The move was being made and completed, and you know, nothing you can do about it when you're having to look at a lot of data. All right, VST is moved up to the top right here, and let's see if it fits. We got blue, got nothing, flat. We got a little bit of volume, but it doesn't have, we don't have all our levels of confluence, and I want all of them. If you cheat an entry, let's say you have 2 out of 3 of the green on the one, because this is the 1 column, this is the 5 columns. Let me tell you, it's a weak trade. It's a weak trade. Don't be surprised if it pulls back on you and you lose money. You know how I know? Because I've done it. I've done it. All right, we got some stuff. We got SMTC showing up. Let's see what else over here. That's pretty much it. All right, we're week 1 right here. We're week green right there. That's VST. It's 54 cents above. It's 3 cents off the high. All that's good information, guys. I'm telling you, it's helpful information. I designed all these. Most of these are mine. All right, the strength we have right now showing is VST. Blue, green, stagnant slope, weak. So we just wait. They'll hit the strong scanner again, the strongest scanner, and it's up 97 cents. Let's put it on there. But it's weak, guys. I'm telling you, if you don't have blue, green, it might be on the strong scanner, but it's not fully confluent. We want blue, green, and we may miss the trade because what it can do is it can do what I call a slow grind up and never meet my thresholds for making the trade, because I want to be in and out. I don't want to do a slow grind. I want $1, 50 cents to $1 on a few hundred shares a couple of different times. I've made my money for the day. That's low risk, high probability trading. So we'll see. And if you look over here, the scans are thinning out a little bit. We finally got a couple on the downside. I don't even worry about them, to be honest with you. They're not high priority. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll put them on here so you'll see how the workflow I've got set up moves them to the bottom and separates the longs from the short. And it's pretty helpful information again. And plus, if we have some strong downs, I can talk about those, and you can see the workflow on the shorts. Because some people trade shorts. I don't. Another thing I do, if the scanner starts, even though the stock may not be on the strong scans, but it's making new highs, it can become strong. And if I see a new high, a symbol doing the new high scan, and it's 30 minutes or after, I stick it on I stick it on the watch list, guys, because it could become one of our strong ones. But the main thing is you need to see this. This is what you need to see. You need to see this. You need to see this work and see how it works out. Right now, Dell's on the strong and strongest scanner, but it's flat. It's not strong at this moment. I want to be in and out, but it is our #1 candidate because it is above the 30-minute open range, and that's what I trade. Some people would use this information and do reversals from the high. I've never been good at doing that either, so I don't do it. I don't do it. NVIDIA and NVDL, they are on our short side scanners. So I'm going to show you how it separates. CBRS, and there's another thing about shorts, folks. I may not be able to trade it out of my brokerage account because they're not easy. The shares are not easy to borrow. You have to be approved. You got to go through several more steps. I don't even know what the steps are. I just know you have to do it. I'm not going to do all that, because by the time I get that done, unless I've done it a few times and I'm very fast at it and it's a fast thing, the move's gone. I'm not going to do it. All right, QCOM is looking, it's got potential. Blue, green, we're short one. Stacking and slope. We got good volume here. It's moved to the top of the screen now. So, and I know QCOM can move. It's one of those ones that can rock and roll. So let's look at it. All right. That looks pretty good. We're still weak on one symbol. We got decent buying on the 5. We got decent buying on the 5. Great buying on the 1. That's pace. I'm sorry. That's how fast the offers are hitting are being hit. This is strength on the 1, really high. We're just a little shy here. I want 80 here, and it's not there. And sometimes I cheat this entry because why? FOMO. Just like everybody else. But on this chart, you'll see I've got a heat map. I designed it. We're at threshold. Down here on the 1, same thing. I've got another heat map down here, and it matches the EMAs. I designed EMAs that change color when it hits slope threshold. And again, we're just a little bit weak over here. Let's go back over here and what I was talking about. I've got a heat map over here that's very visual on the 1 and on the 5. It tells me if I'm at threshold on the EMAs. I am, because they're green. Again, we're not quite at my workflow threshold on all columns. We are 326 above. We got a 30-cent spread. That's not too bad. I don't want to trade much wider than that. And when I've got a wide spread, I trade small. We're back down to 76. Well, it's getting close. It's 79. Maybe it'll give us a little boost there. We still got good volume. And the same that number right there is on the market analyzer. This number right here, which is the volume on the 1, is also on the market analyzer. That's how I know, without opening a single chart, what the stock is doing. I'll pull it over and show you. This number is that number right there. That number right there is right there. That is why these indicators are so helpful. That was the 5. This is the 1. That number right there is the 1 number right here, the 1 column. Let me get it out of the way. This is it right here, 444. It's right there. Now, and it'll flash back and forth, but those are 2 columns. So you don't have to have a chart open to know what the stock is doing. But used to in the past, you did. This is what's so cool about this. All right, they're still up. You say, well, Larry, it's 245 up. Why didn't you trade it? Well, it didn't meet all my rules of confluence. And um, if you'll notice how we're able to look and try to decide, yes, if it's something we want to trade or not, it wasn't that chaotic, and like the open is. So this is another reason why I like to trade this. But our two opportunities for the day right now, or top two or top three, is QCOM, Dell, VST. Let's see if any of them do what I'm hoping they'll do. We got blue, that is Dell moving back to the top, and it's based on where it is in the 30-minute range. We got blue, we're weak here, strong here, strong here, strong here. It's 379, and that is Dell. Can we cheat the entry? We can. And I've got what's called an X control, and because of that X control, I'll take the trade. That's total control of the offers on the one there. Let's see if it pulls through. It makes us a little money. And I did 200 shares. Let's see what happens.
Order.
All right, I'm in and out of that trade for 150. I'll take it all day long. I'll take it all day long. And you need to get in and out. I'm going to tell you, they can turn back on you on a dime. Like I said, I had one trade. Oh, I would have been up yesterday. I was breaking, but I would have been up about 380 on the last. I think it was the trade. I think it was the last trade of the day. I'd have to go back and look at the market analyzer. I mean the recording. All right, there we go. We got full compliance right there. All right, that was on Dell. I'm sorry, that was QCOM. We got good volume here. Dell's back to full compliance. We got 3 green. Now it's weak. See right here? It just dropped off. You got weakness on the price action over here. And like I said, I traded QCOM because it met all the confluence. Plus it had what's called an X control. The X control column is right here. That's another third party. It's part of these. It came with these guys right here. And if you look at this guy's website, Simbox Wave, if you like them, they're not mine. I like them. And I don't trade them I don't use them like he trades them doing futures, but they help me. They help me a lot. And this is, the way he describes this is when this is a big dot, like it is over here on your trading chart, that means that you've got total control of the offers. If it's green, if it's a big red dot, it's total controls of the bid. Now, how does he calculate that out in the background? I don't have a clue. I just know that that's what it's supposed to mean. QCOM is still on our strong scanner right here. AXT and AXTI are making new highs, so I will put them on the watch list and see what they look like. I think one of them was already on there. All right, we got strength and we got a little bit of strength on AXTX. So we'll look at it and see if it meets our confluence rules. Spread's about 50 cents. That's big. I don't like that. But when I have big spreads, I just go smaller shares. I go like 100 shares. All right, it flashed full compliance for just a little bit there. All right, we got green here. We're weak right there. Strong, strong, weak. That's on the AXTI week. We don't have blue-green colors. And it took me a while to figure out what were the best thresholds to set these columns at and set the colors, because looking at numbers, man, it's hard to judge value. It's hard to judge quantity. Easy to see colors. Easy to see colors. So that's why I did it. That's why I took the time to do it. QCOM, Dell, QCML. I don't even think I did QCML on Market Analyzer yet, so we'll put it on there. They're back on the strong scanner. Let's see if they meet any of our parameters. Not yet. That's flat, guys. When you see that right there, that's flat. Flat, flat, flat. Don't trade it. Don't trade it. That's flat. That's no momentum. No momentum. No strength. No strength right here. Zero strength. And look at here. Dell was on the strong scan. Look at that right there. Look at that pullback. Now we go over to the chart. I click on this column right here. We go over to the chart, and there's your pullback right there. Right there. There's your pullback. Look here. Look down on my heat map. It's now green and magenta, which means the 2 and the 4 on the 1 minute chart are hitting downhold threshold. Come back over here and look, it's the same right there. Those two columns match the heat map as well as the indicator that colors the EMAs to a T. It's perfect. And guess what? It's visual, man. You can see it. I get excited about it. It's made it so much easier to find opportunities. Now listen, I'm not telling you this is gonna make you any money. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is you can whittle down a symbol, a watch list full of symbols to the very best opportunity. And you saw how quick I was in and out of that trade. That's pretty much how I was up. And the stock I traded, that was 200 shares, so 150 bucks. It made 50 cents that quick. I traded, I don't remember what it was yesterday, but I had like 500 shares because the spreads were real close, and it popped up to 380, and I said, I want that 500, I want that dollar, and I had a couple of opportunities on the pullback to sell profitable, but I didn't. I pretty much sold it at break even. And that's why you need to get in and out as quick as you can. AXTI is on the strong scanner. Is it strong over here? No. But guess what? It's hitting the characteristics that I told you that I realized over the years, that if I could find stocks with this characteristic, it's a potential trade. And look here, we got some momentum on the 1. Sorry, let's go over here. Again, AXTI, repeat that so I can move the camera. It's on our strong scanner. Is it doing anything? So we come back over here to our watch list. It's number 2. It's 365 above the 30-minute open range. It doesn't meet full criteria. So you would think, if you didn't have the watch list over here, you would think that is your best opportunity of the day, right there. You know how I know that? Before I had this, the market analyzer, and I developed all these columns, that's what I traded. This is new. I've just recently done this market analyzer thing. I've just recently done it. This is how I traded. I just traded scans. I had really no column. I traded out of just a radar screen on TradeStation. That's their watch list. And I would I would say, okay, it's got to be the best one. It's hitting my strong requirements. It's got to be the guy. It's got to be the one. Well, guess what? It's not. And you can see it right here. You can see it right here. It's flat. No volume. No momentum. It's flat. Flat. No strength. Look over here in the stochastics columns. That's 5 minute. That's 1 minute. Zero. Flat. This is flat. So I spent a lot of time chasing symbols that never materialized. And I did. I said if it's on there now. Look, we got RKLB up on the. We got RKLB hitting the high of day right here. It's not on any of our scanners, but I know this bad boy can move. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on our watch list and watch it because I know it can move. And what it might do is become one of our strong candidates for the day. And like I said, these are our shorts over here. These are our shorts. CBRS is $8-9 down. That's a pretty good move down. Is it shortable? I don't know. I'd have to try to short it, and then it won't let me short it. It'll give me like a warning and order not filled or something like that. And then I go look, and it says you need to borrow the shares, blah blah blah. All right, QCOM is at the top. It's 511 above. We traded it one time already. We'll put QCOM back on our trading chart. All right. I have to manually do the trading chart, but with Market Analyzer and NinjaTrader, all I do is click that right there, and it will load the chart for me, and it looks like that right there. It loads automatically. Now, QCOM is our best candidate because it's already over $5 above the 30-minute open range. I'm sorry. But it's also $2.30 off the high. I try not to trade until it starts making new highs. That is why I developed this column. If it's $2 away, you need to know that. Because it can look really strong over here, but the high of the day, it can move to the high of the day. Let's say it's $2 away, it's got good volume and good momentum. It can move from where you are to the high of the day, but when it starts getting close to the high of the day, and this is why you need to know that number, the high of the day is resistance. That's when the shorts guys, the guys that do shorts, come in and start trying to push you back down. So you need to know that information. That's why I designed that column. But I generally try to trade new highs. The perfect setup, guys, is this. It's something that's on my strong scanners. It's making new highs here, and over here on Market Analyzer, it's at the very top, and I've seen it. And like I said, this is a very visual system, and I love it for that. You'll see it over here. It's making new highs. It's on the two strong scanners, and you'll go blue, green, stagnant slope, blue. This is the 5-minute. Matter of fact, I'll tell you about these columns now. But it'll be blue, green, green, and it's cranking. That's the one you want to trade. That's the one you want to trade. You want to wait for that one trade. But long story short, let me do these columns here. These are third-party columns. They don't come with I hope to eventually market this. They don't come with my indicators. They're not mine. Go look at inboxwave.com and see how he trades futures with them. And I couldn't use all the buy-sell stuff. The buy-sell signals that he has, they're great. Wouldn't work for me. Didn't work for me. But I really thought I could use the delta volume. He calls this delta volume in how I wanted to trade, which was momentum trading. And you can. Basically, this is volume or buying on the 5-minute. This is pace on the 1-minute. Pace on the 1-minute is how fast you're hitting the offers. This is the inbox. This is MP, which is M pace. Inbox H. These two columns are the same indicator, except they're looking at different. They've got different settings. This is the 1-minute buying information, and this is the down pace on the 1-minute. And I don't have the up pace and down pace on the 5 because it wasn't helpful. But let me tell you, the 5 can still look strong, and the 1 has turned on you, and you need that information. You need to know that, because this 1, it could still look great on the 5, and the 1 is pulled back $2. And you don't want to be in a trade like that. But look, we got momentum on the 1. This is QCOM. Momentum on the 1, momentum on the 5. Weak here. We got decent volume here. We want to see blue. We want to see green, green. But it's moving. And I still actually got it on the trading chart. So it may hit criteria, and we want it to make new highs. It's 3 cents off the high, so it's getting near the high. Again, it's a 40-cent spread. I'm going smaller to protect my investment. We're weak. I'm telling you, that's weak. It doesn't look weak, but it's weak. It's not 80, so I'm going to hold off. We got good volume though. Look at there. That's 236K. That's 62,000 pace. Big numbers. And 272K. And it's making new highs. It's over here. It's on the new high scanner right there. So it's still weak though, because of this one value right here. Now, can you cheat an entry? You sure can. I don't like doing it. Because I want to be in and out of the trade. I want to be in and out of the trade. All right, all of a sudden we lose. It goes great. What does that tell you? You just lost the volume. That never got green. And you know why? I didn't trade that potential move there, because it wasn't green. If it gets green, I'm all in. And hopefully it will. And others will trade it and make money on it. But I know for a fact I've traded it without everything being confluent, and all I got was a little pop and then a pullback and out of the trade. It's 20 cents off the high right here. 0 made a new high. When it hits 0, that's a new high. And it's still in it. It's still not quite where I want it. And you're saying, Larry, it's moving. It is, yeah. But I'm telling you. All right, enough about the market analyzer. Let's look over here. I've got the same information right here in this heat map and the colored EMAs. Those are my indicators. I developed them. We'll see. We're at 78. And now we just have, we got 18 cent. And see, this is why I did it. You see this this is an 18, 20 cent pullback on the 1. And the 5 looks great. Look, 5 looks like it's blowing the doors off. It is. But it got a pullback, and if you had 200 shares and you're 20 cent down, what are you down, $40 now? And then you got negative pace coming in right here. That's Peru. That color right there is Peru, if you wanted to know. I just liked it. I liked it. All right, so we're flickering, and this is a moment where, do you enter or not? And I'm not going to enter until I see blue. We got total control. Nope, right here. The 5 is gray right there. The 5 is flat, and it's still moving. Can I cheat an entry? Yeah, it's about a 20 cent spread. That's not bad. I'll go up to 200 shares on a 20 cent spread. But it's still not where I want it. We got great volume here, guys. That's great. That looks really good. We're a little weak. I want it to move faster. I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to cheat.
Order filled.
Let's see what happens. Probably going to regret it. Yep. All right.
Order
Yep.
filled.
Regretted it. I knew it. I knew better. Took all my money. Took all my profit. I knew better. See how visual that is? That's very helpful. Now a lot of people say, well, Larry, that's overextended, and you should expect a pullback. Yeah, you can look at it that way too. But as long as you got the momentum and the volume behind it and the strength behind it, it will go. It will continue to go. That was a quick pullback. So I'm back to pretty much break even. I think it's 23 bucks down or something. Yeah, $23. So had 150, 160. Now we're at 23. So basically just waiting. And I'm going to tell you, when it gets close to 11 o'clock, I usually just shut it down. And this is what I had yesterday. I had great profit, traded one more time, pretty much lost it on the one trade because I was trading big shares. It had a small spread. I go big on small spreads. All right, now look, we got them all here. We don't have it all here. It's still weak, but it's moving back up. Look at that. It's dollar. It already moved up $1. Is it trying to suck me in? Sure it is, and I'm gonna take the trade. And it's weak now, guys. Just know that I'm taking a trade on the week. But this is our best candidate of the day. All right, I took the 54 to 254, down 20. Now I'm up $74. Again, it was weak. It was not smart to do that, but it is $10 above and making new highs. So you got to gauge the risk, and that was on 200 shares. But when this thing is lit, it's got blue, it's got green, stack and slope, heavy volume here, and it does. That's pace down, guys. That can push the price down. This is pace up. And look what we did. We went flat here, and we pulled back 35 cents here. It was a weak trade. I got lucky. I really did. I didn't switch it over to the trading chart. You would have saw it flashing down, flashing up, flashing down, flashing up. Over here on the this is my profit column right here. Open profit, open loss right here. It was flashing up, flashing down, flashing up, flashing down. What you wanted to do is go up, kind of hold, go up, kind of hold, and it wasn't doing that because it was weak, and I knew it was weak. It didn't fit all of our parameters. All right, this one's got, let's see who this is. This is strength. This is QCML. I guess it's got some kind of version of QCOM, but we're weak. We're flat on the 1. Got good momentum on the 5. We're strong here. This is perfect right here, but this is flat. And we don't want to trade that. There's no volume, and it's flat because we got no volume. This is the 1. That's pretty decent though. 146 and 36. That's pretty decent. But we got no momentum. I don't trade it if it don't have momentum. I want to be in and out, guys. You don't want to meander. You don't want it to flicker up and down, up and down. Which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go? We want to know which way it's going to go. Okay, SWKS just showed up on the strong scanner. So we'll throw it on here and see what it looks like. Pretty good right here. That's good, strong numbers. Missing 1. Where did it end up? It's right here. We are 3 cents off the high, and let me highlight it. We're 219 above the 30. Good strong volume here, 65. It's not at the threshold I have set. And now we're probably gonna get some pullback right about now. We'll see. But $74, it's not a killer day. We had this just know we didn't get good follow through, and we knew it wasn't following through because I told you it was weak, and you can see it. And now I'm gonna say something I said yesterday, and I got it from the movie. It's a take off the movie, the new Russell Crowe movie, where he does that bit about why do we work so hard? So I can breathe. Why do we need to breathe? So I can think. Why do we need to think? So I can win. And here, we need to see. Why do we need to see? If I can see it, I can trade it. How'd you like that? Wasn't that good? All right, this is strong on the 5. Nothing else is strong. That's QCOM. But QCOM is already, where's it at? That's QCML. Sorry, my bad. It is 53 cents off the high. QCOM is 230 off the high. Will we ever see it approach the high again? Maybe, but it's going to be later in the day. Because what it's got to do is got to usually, and again, this is all experience. It's all experience. I could be dead wrong, but this is my expectation. QCOM, let me put it on the chart and I'll tell you what I think it's going to do. It's still our best candidate, guys. Look, it's $11 above. It's $11 above. That's smoking. All right, what QCOM can do, and I use the 5 for this, not the 1. The 1's noisy. See where the 9 is right there? That's a long way from the 9. What it can do, and I may stay here a little longer. I got no plans for today. It can pull all the way back to the 9 and start flattening out about right here. And then, the problem with that is, you're a long way from the high today, and I always try to trade new highs. But I've seen them, again, from my experience, be this strong, roll back to the 9, kind of flatten out and trade sideways for a good little while, and then boom, this bad boy takes another leg up. Wouldn't you want to be a part of that? I would. And I know it can happen. So I'll probably stay here a little longer. All right, look at here. Let's get back over here. What we got? We got good momentum on the 5, good momentum on the 1. That was RKLB, but we're weak. We're weak right here. Don't trade it. You're weak. And not only that, it's 39 cents off the high, 34 cents off the high. But it can move. I know RKLB and RKLX can move. Things on the strong scanner now are NTAP, P, and QCML, and QCOM. QCOM's flashing, but look. You would think those are the stocks that were blowing the doors off. Look, is QCOM moving? No, it's pulling back. Look, that's why I have the 1 information on here. It's pulling back, and look, that is a big sell volume right there. That's a $70,000. That's 70, whatever 70,000 is shares, whatever. It's down hard, and I'll show you what it looks like over here on the 1. Right here, it's that number. Well, it'll flicker, but it's that number right there. If you'll see right there, 17, 18, 2000, 2000. That's why I don't have to have a chart open. I see that number. I know what the chart looks like. Again, those are not my indicators, guys. Those are inbox wave indicators, and they pretty much anchor what I do. If you don't have momentum, it ain't going anywhere. You ain't gonna make any money. You'll lose money. All right, look at Dale. I think that was Dale. That's RKLB again. It is making new highs. It's at 0 right here. When he hits that, it's worth looking at. All right. How we got it? We got confluence? No. Weak right there. Weak right here. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. You can trade that and you can cheat, and I've done it. It's best to wait. See how it flickers? Look, flat again, flat again. Can this turn into a big monster move? RKLB can move. and it can move big. And it's one of the characteristics of this right now. It's near the high. It's 20 cent off the high. So yeah, let's keep an eye on it, but let's wait till we trade it correctly. And I'd rather not lose money than have to make up money the next day. All right, she's still making new highs. Let's see what it looks like. We're missing two. We're missing two. So we'll see. Our strong candidate of the day, though, is QCOM. The ones we need to be interested in are like the top 3 or 4. Okay, RKLB just moved to number 4, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yep, number 4. So we want to look at that. But look how visual this is, guys. Flat. All right, QCOM's making a move. It's rolled over. You saw how it pulled back on the 1. See right here? It was pulling back on the 1. Now it's trying to get near the high again. And why are we interested in QCOM? Because it's our leading open range leader. It's back on our strength scanner. It hasn't made new highs yet because it's 42 cents below the high, but it's getting there. We got like I said, we got about a 30-cent spread. I don't like that, but let's see what we're doing here. We're weak. We got good momentum. That's weak volume. That's only 5,000. That's weak. That's on the 5 too. That's weak. And this is why I know it's on the 5. It's that number right there. See right there? 61.23. 105 right there. They match. That's how I know. Visual system, guys. I'm gonna sell it eventually. I hope people like it enough to buy it. But look, AXTI, look at that big pullback there. It's our second leading gainer, and it's pulled back 90 cents over the last 5 minutes. Is it not good information? It's good information. It's visual. You can see it. I'll say it again. If you can see it, you can trade it. All right. This meets our criteria here. It's here and here and here. Let's see what this one is. It's ON. I don't know what ON is, but it's meeting our criteria, and it is. The problem is it's not a candidate, and I don't like that it's not leading, but it is 4 cents off the high. The spread's pretty good. We just lost momentum on the 1 right here. We just lost momentum right there, went gray. So let's just wait. And again, guys, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it's not a great candidate because it's down here. That's another reason. If it was a good candidate, it'd be one of the top 3 or 4. Now, can it crawl from here to here? It sure can. I saw CRDO do it the other day, and I ignored it. I saw it climbing up the chart, and it's okay. There'll be other opportunities. And that's a big move. That was a big move to climb to the leader. But I think the reason I didn't trade CRDO also, even though it was very, very strong. I mean, it was very strong. All this was lit up all the way across the board. Here. Everything I wanted was there. I think the spreads were like 50 cents. And I'm not going to trade a 50-cent spread stock. If you don't know what spread is, the best example is if you buy it on the ask at the price, and the price doesn't change, you've got a set price on the ask and the bid, you buy it on the ask at that price and then turn right around and sell it on the bid, that 50-cent gap, you just lost 50 cents. So if you bought 100 shares at this price, sold it at this price, right, boom, boom, you just lost 50 cents. You're down 50 cents. So if it's a weak stock and you're already 50 cents down on the purchase, on the price, and it happens to catch some bids that push the price down, you go from 50 cents down on that buy to 150 very quick. So we want small spreads. We want small spreads. It's still kind of showing strength. And in ON, it's on our strong scanner over here. It's right here. It made some new highs, but it's in the middle of the pack. I don't like that. I don't like that. All right. QCOM is down 80, about 84, 89 cents over 2 bars. Over 3 bars, it's right at $1. So I don't have to look at the chart to know what QCOM is doing. It's pulling back hard on the 1. Pulled back hard on the 5 also. So, and it's 10:46. What I may do is come back in the afternoon, like 2ish, and trade then, because from 2 o'clock into the close, sometimes you can get some decent runs. And look, guys, don't feel bad. We made $74. At least it's not $74 $74 loss you got to make up. FOMO. Just get it out of your mind. Look, guys. Look at this. Everything's pulling back. Everything's pulling back. And the reason I don't worry about other symbols, like I said, over the years, I know what the characteristic of a strong stock is, or a strong 5-minute chart. What a 5-minute chart looks like, that looks like it's going to blow the doors off. These scans are set to that, and these symbols showed up on this. That's why they're on the watch list. If it's not strong enough to meet those criteria, then it's not going on my watch list. And again, all that is from looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of charts and trying to figure out a way to find a stock that looks just like that chart. I want to find all the symbols I can find that look like that. And that's what that is set to. That's what that's set to. So, a little flat. We'll go back over here to Market Analyzer. Would you be in anything right now, guys? No, not me. You get your heart broke right here. That's flat. This is flat. This is flat. The other day, I was trading at 11:15. I was about to shut it down. All of a sudden, everything lit up. Everything. Just... And the only thing I can think of is algorithmic guys, hedge fund guys, whatever, did something. And I mean, it really lit everything up. I didn't get to trade any of it because it happened so fast. But it was unique. I hadn't seen that. Marvel just made a new high. APH just made a new high. They're both capable of moving, but I'll go ahead and tell you something. They're not on the strong scanner, so if they're making new highs, they're slow grinding it, and I don't want to be in a slow grind. Let's see what Marvel looks like. Marvel's way down the list. It's 19 cents above. It is flat. Got some good strength on the 1. That's good. It was all green, but we're weak on the 5. Not worth trading. Not worth trading. Plus, it's not on our strong scanner. I've told you, the strong scanners are are the characteristics of the stocks of the charts I've looked at. Every chart that had this characteristic, or every symbol I looked at that had this characteristic, had the same look on the chart. 10 different symbols. If they had those characteristics, they did the same thing. They made money, or they gave you the opportunity to make money. So that's why I've got it set the way I do. All right, VST is 19 cents off the high, flat. It's going to slow grind, I guess. It's $2.18 above the 30. And this may look like a lot of, like overwhelming. It's not, man. It's not overwhelming. Price action, stochastics, EMA, my buy sell information or demand supply information, price action, and these are my high and low. I don't really look at them. These are my high and low, higher high and higher low columns. I designed them too because they are helpful. I just don't look at them that much. And then you got all my open ranges. That's visual, and it's not overwhelming once you trade it. VST's on the strong scan, and we knew it was going to be strong because guess what? It's only 6 cents off the high, but it's not doing anything. Flat, flat, flat. And again, like I said, years past before I had this, I'd have that on a chart in a split second, going, hey, let's make some money, because it is the characteristic of a stock. It has the characteristic of all the stocks I've looked at that made moves that you can make money on. But is it moving? No, it's not moving. You know how we know it? Because we can see it. We can see it. There's no momentum. Now, can it slow grind $2, $3, $4 more? It sure can. I've seen it happen. Not gonna do it. Not gonna trade it. I'm on in and out. In and out. Flat. This is what I do. I look for my best opportunity right here. I'll glance at the scanners over here, and this is, I don't know if I told you, but this is Scans, SCANZ. It's a website. You have to buy that too if you want to trade like I do. What I can do and what I will do, if you want to trade like I do, and I haven't got my system set up yet, I'm working on a website. I want to sell the indicators that are mine, but I plan to, if you buy my indicators, the one that I've designed to work with this workflow, I will give you the settings on the scans that I use. I will give you the settings on the over here. This is not mine. These two are not mine. That's Inbox Wave right here. I will give you the settings I use for Inbox Wave for the 5, the pace 1, the 1 MBH1, and the pace down. I'll give you those settings, how to set it up. And there's my X control columns. It's very helpful. It tells me when I have total control. Now, will that total control last 1 bar, 2 bars, 5 bars? Hard to say, but it's good information. Intap just did a total control right here. It's moving up a little bit. That's good information. So let's look at it. And it's making new highs too. And Intap is about what, 5th one down? 4th, 5th one down? It's weak. It's weak right here. It's weak. Even though we got total control of the offers on the 5, and if you come over here, there it is. There's your X control right there. How easy can that be, guys? You see it on the market analyze. You already know it's on the chart, and you only got 2 charts open. But it's weak because we have a weak 1. We want 80s and 90s. We want 80s and 90s here. The 5 is strong, but the 1 is weak, and we trade the 1. We trade the 1 because the 1 leads. the 5 can be strong, and if the 1 is weak, you're going to lose money. Because it's usually going to be in a pullback or something, a retrace, whatever. But it's dead. It's dead. Let's go over here. It's dead. Do we know it's dead? How do we know it's dead? We can see it. Dell's kicking up a little bit. Let's look at it. That's decent volume on the 5. Great pace. Decent volume here. And it's 270 above. It was more than that earlier in the day, if y'all remember. So let's look. We got a pullback. And did I tell you about the 9? Look what did it do? It pulled back to the 9, guys. I'm telling you, I've seen it a million times over my career. Now, I say I've not been very good, but I'm trying to get there. And this is the best. This is my best last opportunity right here. And that right there, that little dot right there, is not a full 3. It's a 2. That's a 2. That means it's medium control of the offers on the 5. Now, is it worth trading? Dell worth trading? No, it's weak on the 1 and the 5 now. In tap, flickering. Patience, just patience. We wait. We want that one perfect move. We make our money. We go to lunch. And if it happens, we'll see it. All right, look, we got some pace coming in. Just dropped off. But the 1's got good volume. That's 49,000. That's good. Well, and it can flicker. These things can flicker. Look, but it went from 40 to 50. And look at that price action on the 1. What are we going to do? We're going to put it on the chart and look at it. Are we going to trade it? Not yet. It's not strong enough. You could essentially call this a high volume reversal off the 9 and trade it back up to the high, which I don't know what the high of the day is, but you got a shot at $2, because once it gets to the highs, the shorts are going to come in and try to push it back down, because that's now your point of resistance. So I'd rather trade new highs. It's safer. Now let's say QCOM works its way all the way back to the high of the day and then breaks out. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That was a good move there. From about 1026, this is the 1. Sorry. Got to start being more. That was a good move there. That was 234 to 239, so $5 move there. From about 1026. And the reason we didn't take it is because we didn't have full confluence. Remember, I was talking to you. I said we don't have all 3. But look, sometimes, and I hate to say this, but seeing that right there will make you cheat an entry on one you shouldn't cheat an entry on, because that's a $5 move on a couple hundred shares. You know what that is? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, maybe 9. You just made $1,000 on 200 shares. Okay, now look, it's making a good move up, but we're weak on the 5. Can you cheat an entry here and go against your rules? Absolutely. It's already made up $1. It was $2 off the high. Now it's 80 cents. So she's doing something. But what you got to do is you got to find out if this double top on the 1 right here, if it can get through that, then I'm interested. I'm interested, a lot interested, and I may even cheat an entry if I don't have complete. It just made new highs, guys. All right, let's see what it does. Got great volume on the 5. Great volume on the 5. Good pace on the 1. Boom, boom. Weak, weak, weak. But it's tempting. It's tempting. But this is an area where it's turned back twice. It turned back here. It turned back here. Is it going to turn back a third time, or is it going to go? I don't know. I just know we've got 2 here, 1 here, and that's weak. But it is our leading gainer. And you know, the last time it was weak, it moved $5. So that's something to look at. But we want to make sure it's above there. And it did make a couple of new highs over here on that new high scanner. But guys, don't panic. Don't get in a hurry. My thing is this: take the best trades. You can make up a $100 loss better than you can a $500 loss, or better yet, a no trade day. That's 0 loss, 0 money made. That is easily made up. So even though we missed a $5 run, and you can look at it like if you want to. Now, what would have been great is if that move had been perfectly, perfect blue-green on the 1, stochastic on the 5 and the 1, I'd have been in that trade. And I would have made $1,000. But because I know it was weak, I was like, I'm not going to trade it. Not going to trade it. All right, looking back at it, flat, still got good volume on the 5. See, this is why I have the 1 on here, guys. We still look strong on the 5, but the 1's weak. And look at it, it's pulled back 60, 70 cents already. That's why only the 1 information is on here. The 1 information is very important. And again, these are not my indicators, but they're key to how I trade. So I know what you're thinking. So if I purchase your indicators, I'm still not going to have everything I need to trade like you. Correct. You'll have to go to, I'm thinking about this too. I'm thinking about doing a chat room where you can trade with me. And you can save your money on the indicators and the scans and all that, and you just trade what I trade. That's what I did for a few different times. I think I tried Ross Cameron's Warrior Trader 3 times. Failed miserably at it because I can't trade like that. But this I can trade like this. This is slow. This is methodical. And you can see it. You can see your strength. Whereas what he did, and I don't know how he is as good as he is, guys, but he is good. He's real good. But I can't trade like that. But he has a great chat room set up perfectly for you to just follow along with him. And I did. I followed along and lost money. Will you follow along and lose money here? You can. There's no guarantee. All right, let's look at this. Good price action, good buying on the 5, zip on the 1, good momentum on the 1, good price action on the 5. I'm sorry, 5, not 1, 5. We got some strength showing on the 1. We're weak though. But you know what I said the last time? I'm not trading it because it's weak. I'm not trading it because it's weak, and it went up $5. You could have been in, let's say we're in a chat room and you go, well, the heck with that. It looks good enough to me. Well, guess what? You would have made $5 and I didn't make anything. And that's good, but it doesn't happen like that all the time. All right, just made a new high. We got 3 greens. We got 3 greens. We're still trying to get through this area right here. All right, I'm gonna do it since it did $5 the last time it went up. I'm gonna do it. We got good volume on the 1. This is good volume on the 1 right here. It's flickering, and I don't like the flicker. But we got good volume on the 5. I don't like the flicker, guys. It was weak, and I knew it was weak. But we got good volume, so let's just see what it does. Let's see if it moves up. Don't have enough cushion yet. I want a little more cushion, but we got good volume on the 5-1 here. Good volume on the 5. These are all inbox indicators right there. We got 80s and 90s on the stove. That's good. Look how quick that dropped. Yeah, let's get out. All right, lost about 30 bucks. Still up for the day. I went small shares there. 200 shares, that's small. Still up 30 bucks on the day. And okay, I took the trade because the last time it was weak, it went $5. But was it was it a premium trade? No, because we were weak on the our confluence columns. Now, I'm like, okay, let's see. But it made a good move from this 9, which was right here. That section of the 5, that section of the 5 is this one move right here. You say, well, you could have traded the move from here to here. Yeah, you could have. That's good volume. That's like 263K right there on that box, the inbox histogram box. That's great buying. But our rule is 80s and 90s stacked and sloped, making new highs. That's the rule. That's a reversal trade, and I'm just going to tell you, they're hard to trade. They're hard for me to trade. I'll tell you that. They're hard for me to trade. We could have looked up here on Inbox Wave and on QCOM, this column would have said 200. We would have been stacked and sloped on the 1, and you would have been stacked and sloped on the 5. So basically what you could have done, and I'm trying not to get too many things to look at, but it is our strongest stock, and maybe we should have, and maybe I should have, once it went confluent, moving averages and just volume, not strength. We didn't have the strength because it lost all its strength on this pullback. See how far it pulls down? But we really do have volume, and volume can move it, and we have momentum, which means it's changing enough that it's hitting threshold. So we never lost threshold in the same range up here. This is from 11 o'clock to pretty much 11:05, and up here, if we go 11 o'clock to 11:05, it matches perfectly. We had confluence momentum. That's all we had. We didn't have strength. We had confluence momentum, which means we had steep EMAs on the 5 and the 1, and we had volume on the 1. And we had decent volume on the 5. Not that great. The 5 was not that great. Well, it's actually pretty good. It's 382. That's pretty good. So if I'd have just left and that may be something I need to add to my thought process. If we'd have just not, because it did a pullback, we now know it's going to take a while for it to build strength back in, but you can still get momentum on, maybe we'll call it our momentum reversal, because it doesn't have strength. And as long as we got confluence steepness on the 1, volume on the 1, confluence steepness on the 5, and volume on the 5, maybe that's good enough on a strong candidate, which it was our strong candidate. So maybe maybe I'll remember that the next time, or maybe I'll try it, because I've been trying to be really, really careful of my selection. And because we didn't have the 5 and 1, and we're not going to have it. Think about it, and I know this. We're not going to have it because it pulled way back on the 1. It's going to pull all that away from the pinned areas of the stochastics and RSI. That's going to drop because it pulled back so far. But coming back up, it's going to take a while for those stochastics and RSIs to get back to strength, but that was a strong move. And I guess the way we can look at it, again, when I talk out like this, it helps me to get educated myself. That might not have been a bad move to take with having volume on the 5 and the 1 and momentum confluence. Knowing though, knowing that we had strength and it's now gone because of the pullback. Okay, so we'll try to remember that next time. So, very good, very good. It's a very slow day, guys. Nothing's on the scanners. It's blank. And guess what time it is? It's 11 o'clock. So, I may call it a day. And if you'll look at QCon on the 1, it's pulled way back. So it's in that same area right there. It's hard to get up against a double top. It's hard to stay above that. It is still above it just a tad, but I fully expected it to roll over here. But tomorrow's a new day. I'm probably gonna call it. And here, this is good. And maybe we'll add this to our pullbacks. For our pullback, it doesn't have to be strong. It has to be a strong candidate that has pulled back. So we'll word it like that. But right here, guys, if you look, I hover over this green dot, and so maybe this will be another reason to get into it. Even though we didn't have RSI and stochastics down here, and this is the area we lost our strength right here too. But right here on the 1, you see that green dot right there? You see that green dot? If you'll look over here in my, let me get it on there. If you'll look under X control, it's the next column down. You got QCOM, then X control. It's a 3, which meant at that point in time, on the 1, there was total control of the offers. And that may be another reason to get into it and ride it as far as it'll let you go. So, learning. I was educational. On a strong stock pullback, don't expect it to be strong on stochastics and RSI, but you can still have a strong move as long as you've got volume on the 5 and the 1 and momentum on the 5 and 1. That's confluence. You could say it's confluence without strength, but it was a strong stock, so it's kind of got that in the background, so to speak. But knowing you had total control of the offers, that's another piece of the puzzle. That's good. That's good. All right, still flat. Nothing on the scanners. 11:13. I may be done for the day. We'll see. All right, I'm trying to mentally get that in my head on this reversal here. Missed a good run because I didn't have strength, and you're not going to have strength because it lost all the strength on the 1, but the 5 remained fairly strong through here. You were maybe 70s, 80s. Okay, so that's a learning process. Okay, that's that. Again, I'm talking it out so I can get it in my mind. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Changing my alerts. I had some alerts on here that I changed the other day, thought would be better, but I'm changing them back to what I had. I actually have now, and I had it, and I was using it. I actually have an alert set that's based on these three things. I get a 3 here, and I've got it on the 5 and the 1. So this would have hit and alerted me, hey Larry, look here. I've got an alert that looks at the X control column on the 1 and the steepness of the moving averages on the 1. And if they are in confluence, I get a 3 here. I've got steepness here across all 3. It will send me an alert and say, hey man, you got a K control, or I always call it K control. You got an X control on the 1 and you have steepness. Look at it. Something's up. So that's what we'll do now. That would have been the perfect alert for that situation there. And we already knew it was a strong candidate because it's at the top. I kicked myself. That probably was a trade worth taking. That reversal was probably worth taking. The 5 was still semi-strong. The 1 was completely weak, but he had steepness and he had volume. And what moves price? Volume. Buying. So we'll know that next time. Live another day. Trade another day. And we had it. We had volume. We had steepness. It was weak. But here's the pace right here. That's good pace right there. Those little blue arrows, green arrows, whatever they are. I'm not good with colors. But that was a good run there. Let's say we got in right here at 239 and got out right here where it flattened out. 39 to 41, that's $2 on 200 shares. That's $400. $400 for that run there, guys. So live and learn. Now we know. We'll look for momentum trades, momentum 5, momentum 1 trades, only on strong stocks that have pulled back and are making a move back up to their original levels. Okay? CEG's on the strong scanner, so let's put it on here. It's after 11 o'clock. I don't expect it to be anything. That's strong. That is strong. CEG's number 3 with some strength. It's 11 o'clock. I don't like it being 11 o'clock. 18, the numbers we have volume-wise are low. That's 1,800. That's nothing. 86,000. That's good. AXTI is showing some strength on the 1. Now remember what I just said. We don't have strength on our stochastics, but maybe we can get that volume momentum thing I just talked about to happen for AXTI on the 1. Because I'm getting X controls right there. That's an X control right there on the 1 right here. And the 5 is fairly strong. It's a 70-70, fairly strong. But we got to have bigger volume. It's flickering. It's 20,000. That's okay. And that ended up being a 2. It actually dropped back to a 2. I can see it on my data box over here. The 3 didn't hold. And CEG, again, if you were only trading scans only, nothing else, like I did for a while, I thought trying to transfer stuff from the scans and putting it in radar screen was a waste of time because, hey, it's strong. I've got the settings the way they are. It's strong. I don't need radar screen. It's duplicate effort. Nah. Just because it's showing up on that scan, you need more things to look at to determine if it's strong or not. So that didn't last long. You know, several months of just putting symbols on the chart and it just sitting there. All right. CEG, that's pretty strong right there, guys. 104 and 51. That's pretty strong. Pretty strong. It's got a 20-cent spread. Strong here, strong here, strong here, strong here. We've pretty much we got confluence, it looks like. It is now number 3 on the breakout list. I don't know, guys. I don't like trading after 11 o'clock. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I had $157, $158, I think. Lost it down to like minus 23, I believe it was. Got the little run and got it back up to like 74. And now I'm at 34 on the day. Not a lot of money, but it's not a loss. Let's just see. AXTI seems to be flirting with the high. It's 19 cents off the high there, guys. Decent price action. No volume. Got decent move. That's decent volume on the 5 right there, guys. That's 82,000. We got some strength on the 1. A little bit of strength on the 5. Maybe it's worth looking at. Let's pull it up and look at it. And I know from past experience, AXTI can move. All right. It's our number 2 leading gainer, so I guess it's worth looking at. We got zip on the 1 though, y'all. It's not where we want it to be. And this is not what we just had was a big pullback and come back to the high. No, that was QCOM. That was a perfect play of a pullback to the 9 and then a play off the 9. And maybe we could call it that. Movement off the 9. You know, momentum move off the 9. Because that's exactly what it did. It pulled back to the 9. Smart thing to do is stop right now and wait till tomorrow. Because I've never been successful in the afternoon. Rarely. QCOM showing some life. Let's put it back on here. Let's see what it looks like. We've had some consolidation on the 5, long consolidation on the 1. The problem is we're at these points of resistance, and I don't know. Maybe we get another run like this right here. Maybe we'll get another run like this right here. It is our leading candidate, and because it was our leading candidate, maybe I should have looked at it. Maybe I already knew that they weren't going to be strong. I already knew the RSI. I've seen enough charts. The RSI on this pullback was not going to be strong, show strong through this move. I should have known that, and I do know that. But it's something to. It's like it's staring at you, and you don't. I was just trying to be cautious. We'll leave it at that. But now the next time on a strong leading gainer like we had. A good volume on the 5 and the 1, and momentum on the 5 and the 1, and a little bit of strength on the 5. It held up on the 5 pretty good. Might be a good candidate for a reversal like that. And the reason I keep saying it over and over is so it'll stick. So we'll see. All right, what you gonna trade, guys? I got CEG showing on the strong scanner over here. Are you gonna trade it? Look here. Look at these columns right here. Zip, zip. The only one flirting with anything is QCOM, and I don't want it to hurt my feelings by the time. And the 5 is still fairly strong. It's 70s and 80s and 90s. It's fairly strong. And that's what it was when it did that $5 move with good strength and volume on the 1. We got momentum on the 1 flickering. We got good volume on the 1 right here. That's great volume on the 1. 80,000. And again, these are inbox wave delta indicators. I like them. I like them a lot. Is he going to give us a fake breakout? We're at 92, 93. Over 5 minutes, it's up $1. Look at that big drop right there. See that again. And the thing is, though, the 5 did hold up. The 5 held up. It's above the 9. The 9 still has steepness. That means the trend is still intact on the 9. I look at the 9 on the 5 to tell me if the trend is intact, because the 2 and the 4 can move, lose strength, lose threshold, come back to the 9, and then move back up. But the 9 through this whole thing has been yellow. That's very positive. And maybe I should have looked at that. What does the 9 look like? Look, from 11 o'clock, 11:05, the 9 was intact right here. From 10, here's 11. We'll go at 10:57. Where's 10:57 at? There's 10:55 right there. The 9 was intact all through here, and you can see that on the heat map. Next time, maybe we'll look at that. How's the 9 look? That still means the 5 overall is intact on its trend. So, more information to make a good decision next time, maybe, and get that $5 next time. AXTI is looking like it's flickering a little bit. It is 13 cents off the high. It is our number 2 leading gainer. Let's see what we got here. Unfortunately, it's 11.27. I don't like trading out here. We have an X control 3 right here. We've got steepness here and here. Let's see what it'll do. We got a 20-cent spread, which is good. The problem is I don't know. I just got some gray. Some gray just disappeared right here, which means the offers are moving up. I'm gonna try it.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in. Let's see what happens. 80s and 90s, 70s and 90s. It's a little weak on the 5. Let's see what happens. I know it can move, but it's a little weak. 58, 67 on the 1. Good pace on the 1. All right, we got some negative pace coming in. I got out. We had a negative pace hit right there, and it may continue to go up, but we had negative pace on the 1. It's a red bar. That means that's bids being hit, and it's still climbing though, guys. As a matter of fact, if you'll look over here on the market analyzer, we got good strength on the 1. Not where we want to be on the 5. Boom, good strength there on the 1. Good momentum on the 5. That's momentum on the 1. That's pretty good volume right there, man. And I got a little piece of that. I made $50. That was 200 shares. And then it flashed red, and I'm like, and see it flashed red again? Let me show it to you. It flashed red right there. Look at there. You got to look at the numbers. And see, the cool thing about this workflow that I have, it's visual. And this is inbox pace information right here, man. This is so helpful. That's why I say either trade with me or get it and learn how to trade it yourself. And I hope to do both. I hope to sell the indicators, and I hope to get a trading room. But when I saw it flash red, I got out. And now I'm up 83 on the day. Is that a Ross Cameron day? Nope. Nope. You're never going to see one trading with me. I saw him make $18,000 the other day. I check his stuff all the time. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you can trade like Ross, go trade with Ross. That's the kind of money I want to make or wanted to make, but I can't trade like that. I tried real hard. All right, number 3 candidate CEG. It's looking good on the 1 and the 5, but it's got no momentum. It's got some buying on the 1. I don't know. It doesn't have momentum, guys. If you'll look back at its history for this morning, it is flat. If you'll look back at the history of this stock this morning, it's flat, dude. There's no sense in getting pulled in up here looking like it's going to make a big move. It hasn't done it all morning. You know why we know that? You know how we know that? We can see it. Look at that. We don't want to trade that. We don't want you to trade any of that. And if it's been doing that, that's probably what it's going to do here. So let's just take it off the chart. Let's take it off the table. We'll take it off the market analyzer. AXTIs, 22 off the high, showing a little life again. Is this the move we're looking for? Or is it going to break my heart and take my money? 2 out of 3 here. We had 3. 3 and 3. It's lit up. Blue. This might be it. We got low volume on the 1 though, guys. That's low, very low volume. 89. That's low volume. Now we're at about a 40-cent spread. Little weak here. We want all blues on the 1. We want all blues on the 1 here. A little weak right here on the price action. So let's just keep an eye on it. And if it gives us let's say, okay, let's make it a rule. If it gives us an X control right here with steepness on the moving averages on the 1 right here, we'll take the trade. How about that? Because we got good volume on the 1. That's weak volume. I mean, good volume on the 5. That's a weak volume on the 1. We're semi-strong. No, we're not. We're on the 80s and 90s. That's good. So let's wait for an X control. Let's see if we can get an X control like right here. And see that little pop right there? Let's see if we can get another X control before we take this trade, because it's so late in the day. But which one are you going to trade? Look at all this market analyzer stuff. Which one are you going to trade? You're going to trade that one right there. If you trade it. It's visual. I like this setup. It's the only one on here showing any kind of strength. That's why I spent time. I mean, I spent a lot of time getting this put together. But we got a decently strong 5. It's 80s and 90s. That's actually real good. We got steepness. We got buy-in. Steepness is momentum on the 5, but we're weak on the 1. So what we're going to do here, this is going to be our and it may hit the X control 3 may hit, pop up and go right back down. But we're going to try it. That's our entry right now. That's how we're looking to enter it, because we're still around 78 and 80. We're losing some strength here on the 5. So, and I'm thinking red pace came in, which means it's down pace. So we don't want to be in that. Negative volumes is coming in. We don't want to be in that, or selling's coming in. But it is our number 2 gainer, so it's worth watching. How do we know it's our number 2 gainer?
because it's 30. It's the second one on our 30-minute open range column. And the ones we trade them because they're at the top, and they're at the top because they're moving. But I think this day's done, guys. It's 11:30. Up $83. Nothing to scream at. Like yesterday, I think it went. I was up 650. Took a trade that turned quick, and I got to break even. I took it all back because I was doing big shares on a small spread. Long story short, I was up like 650 even. Then I got up about $300 or $400. Lost that, and was even again, about break even. And then I had I think it was the last trade of the day. I was up 380. And didn't sell because I wanted $400, and it pulled all the way back real quick, and I ended up break even for the day yesterday. But I could have been up 650 if I'd have stopped first thing in the morning, because that was 650 off the first two trades of the day. IONX and ION. It's either IO or INO or ION. I think it's IONX and IONQ. Let's see. QCOM's threatening. Look over here. QCOM's threatening with some pace and volume on the 1. Problem is we got a negative 90,000 on the 5 and building. That means it's selling on the 5. Didn't even have to open the chart to look at that. Didn't even have to open up the chart. Now we got deep selling on the 5. Look up here. That's 110 right there. That's negative 110. Deep selling. That's hard selling. Didn't have to open the chart because why? We could see it on Market Analyzer. I remember the day I had like 16 charts open. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. This is so much better. All right, APH is showing some strength right here. You got blue and green, flat, flat. That's good volume on the 5 right there. It made a new high, hit the new high scanner. When my dollar off high goes to 0, that means it's making a new high, and you see it right here. And it's on the new high scanner. I mean, I don't know how much better information you can get, guys. And like I said, I spent a lot of time putting this together, and it's a lot of years. This just didn't happen overnight. This is from all the hours I put in, and still didn't do that well. But this is recently new. All this is new within the last couple of months. I just sat down and basically I built stuff around these indicators right here. The inbox wave indicators. They are very helpful. Again, I don't get a kickback. I don't get any money. I don't get jack from this guy. I'm just telling you, it's part of my and this is all education. I'm trying to tell you what I did. I'm trying to educate you. You can lose your hind end, because I have several times. You can spend a lot of money and never make one dime off what you spent. You know how I know? Because I did it. Hopefully with this, I can save you time and money. Not going to guarantee you're going to make any money, but I can save you time and money. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. We don't want to trade down here because they're not doing anything. AXTI's again showing a little bit of life. Let's see. We're weak. We're weak on the 5. We're like, well, actually no, 80s and 90s is what we want. We got some strength on the 5. We're we're weak on the 1 for sure. See, right there. Strong on the 5, weak on the 1. Let's see if we can get, we'll go ahead and pull the trading charts up. I've got it on there. We might get one last little hoorah because it has traded sideways for a good ways. And again, another thing to look at, we still got steepness on the 9 right here, so that, well, we just lost it. It's just turned gray. We lost the edge right there for a little bit. But we're at 76 and 90 on Stowe. Now it's 74.83. We're losing some strength. We got pace coming in negative. See how visual that is, guys? That tells you what's happening. Tells you what's happening. That's why I like these indicators. That's your pace indicator. This is your buy sell indicator up here. It's peach, which means the wave is moving down, or the price is moving down. But it's a positive number, so it means they're buying, and it's a positive number that was building. Now it's getting less positive. So it's a down move with selling, even though it's a positive number, because the positive number is getting it's going down. That means it's selling. The selling's coming in. Then you can see pace right here. I'm telling you, look at these numbers. That's why I've done better. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I have definitely not made up for the money I've spent and the money I've lost. But these two indicators, the momentum indicator, the inbox H indicator, or histogram, and the M pace, they're key to what I do. Oh, QCOM showing some life. Let's look at it. All right, this is one of those reversals. Are we going to take it? Are we going to risk my $83 on the day? I'm not sure if I will, because we don't have, if you look up here, we don't have strength on the 9. So we lost the trend on the 5, which was different back here. We still had trend right here. And we definitely have no strength on the 5 now. And at least back here we had a little bit of strength. It was flirting with the high of the top of the RSI and the top of the stochastic, which that means it has a little bit of strength. But since we've lost the 9, that's not worth doing now. That's not worth doing. And watch it go $10. So, but I'm not trading it. It could go $10 and I still wouldn't enter the trade. Now, if we get some steepness back on the 9 and some more confluence and some volume, and it breaks the high, because look, it's only $1 off the high. So if it breaks and starts making new highs and all this stuff lines up, oh, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to take that trade. I'm going to take that trade all day long, because it's had a chance to pull back. It's pulled back to the 9. It actually pulled back to the 20. That's what that gold line is right there. That's the 20. That's the 20-day moving average. We have an X control forming. That is a 2. That's medium control of the offers. We got steepness coming back on the 2 and the 4. We got steepness on the 9 down here in the 1. That means the trend on the 1 is holding. So let's see if it can make a little move up to the high and break the high. $1.15 off the high. $1.09 off the high. We'll see. And this is what Market Analyzer looks like. We got momentum on the 1, 49,000 on the 5, 50,000, 72 on the 1. That's good volume. That's pace. I'm sorry. 11,000 on the 1. Good pace. Pace is pushing up the price. We're weak over here on the 5 though, guys. Just know that's weak. And we do not have the 9 on the 5. That's the overall trend. It's still flat. So that's weak. That means it's weak. If the 9 is flat, the trend is weak. But we do have some promise here. It's all pulled back together right here on the 5. It's all consolidating. The 2, 4, and the 9 and the 20 are right there together. That's great support. Can it move off of that? Being $1.09 off the high, it sure can. When I'm looking at it and I'm talking about it, I got to let you see it. Right here, the 2, 4, and the 9 and the 20 have all come together. That's very good consolidation. That's very good support on the 20. From the 20, we're flat as can be right here. There's no momentum because if you'll look down here at the heat map, nothing yet. Nothing yet. But can it move off of that? Yeah, it can move off of that. I've seen it a million times. You're 98 cents off the high right here. $1.04 off the high. 90 cents. So let's see what it does. Let's see if some buying comes in and pushes it higher. And why are we looking at QCon? It's the strongest one of the day, and plus it's the one that's showing strength. And how do we know that? We can see it. Look at that. Look at that price action there. Price action on the 5, showing strength on the 1, showing a little bit of momentum on the 1. We don't have the 9. I'm sorry, the 5. We don't have the 9 yet. So it's worth watching. It's worth watching. We got some interest coming in, but we're still weak on the 5, guys. Know that we're weak on the 5. I don't like the fact that we have. All right, the 9 just came in. The 9 just kicked in. See the 9 right here. Now we got the 2, 4, and the 9 on the 5, and we got good volume on each one. We're making new high. We're 18 cents off the high. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if it'll break. But that's a lot of resistance up here, guys. You see that? That's a top. That's called a top. That's called a top. And when they're together like that, that's called a double top. Are we going to break through the double top, or are we going to form a triple top, which means this rolls over? So we'll see. We got 80s and 90s on the 1 with steepness and good volume. We got 60s and 90s, and K is the only one showing strength. But we got good momentum on the 5. We're weak in the stow department though, and we got good volume. So we don't have a complete picture here, but it's trying to move higher. But this is a tough area right here, guys. It's turned back twice in this area. Is it going to turn back a third time? I don't know. Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it. We got negative volume coming in right here. Negative pace. We've lost our steepness. So this area is going to be tough. If it pulls that down more, then that's your it's called a triple top. So we just wait. The cool thing is though, even though this is weak on the 1, the 5 is holding up pretty good, guys. That's a good consolidation area right there. The 2, the 4, the 9 are all together with the 20. That's really good. That's a really good reversal point. If the 1 will just do its thing. Now, keep in mind though, we got no strength on the 5 whatsoever. But we do have good support, and it's held up. That's a tight range right there. From the top here to the bottom here, that's a tight range, and it's at the top of the top range. Now, could it roll over on us? It could. It could. But 195, 196, man, that's good numbers. All right, we got steepness on the 2 and the 4 again. Still weak in the stochastic and RSI. Definitely weak on the 1. Yeah, I don't think we're going. I think it's a done deal. I think I should take my $80 and run. Trade tomorrow. See if I can add to it. Got nothing on the scanners. PANW is making new highs. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's making new highs, but look, it's nothing. There's nothing to it. And it's in the middle of our screen here. It's flat. It's 3 cents off the high, $1.76 above the 30, flat, flat. And you would think because it's on a scanner, a new high scanner, it's like blowing up. It's not. It's not. Look, ain't you glad we didn't take this QCOM trade? Look at that. Look at that. Whoo! That's pretty good rollover. And it was right at that area of the double top. And we did not have good strength. I mean, that kept us out of the trade. The 5 was weak, really weak. The 9 had lost the trend, the threshold, which I've got. It's a high threshold for it to be colored, and if it's below that threshold, I'm not interested. And again, it's come from looking at gobs and gobs and gobs of charts and trial and error this and trial and error that. I can't tell you how many hours I've sat in this room trying to get something that will give me an edge. All right, PANW is I just saw it flat. Just kick up here. That's nothing. That's flat through the whole move, through the whole morning. Are we gonna trade that? No. We might as well take it off the chart. It's not gonna do anything. It hasn't done anything. APH is now on the scanner. It's number 4, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's quietly set at number 5. It's 281 up. Flat. We got strength. That's perfect right there. But look guys. Look on the 1. I'm gonna show it to you 1. I'm not trading that. Look, all morning long you had a chance to kick in momentum. It's our number 4. 1, 2, 3. It's our number 5 in leader. It's our number 5. But if you look over here on this heat map of the 1 and the heat map of the 5, it never hit our thresholds. We would never trade that. We would never trade that. And again, you know how you know that? Because you can see it. You can see it. I don't care how strong it looks. Look, I'm telling you, I used to trade without all this information, and I'm sitting there. I would put APH it's on the strong scanner right here. I would put APH on the chart right there, and I was like, okay, this is my strong one at this moment in time because it's showing at this moment in time, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it to rock and roll, and it doesn't do anything. So you have to be looking at the right stuff. You have to be looking at the right information, and you have to be looking for the right information. And I think I've done that with my market analyzer workflow here. I really do. So it's 11:53. I'm done, guys. Up $83. I was hoping to do my goals 250 to 500 a day. So I was part of the way there. I'd like to hit 500 every day, but that's not realistic for I try to be conservative, guys. If you got the money and you can go bigger shares on wider spreads, you'll make more money, but you also run the risk of losing more money too if you're wrong. And like I said, everything can line up. In the next bar, algorithm guys come in, hedge fund guys come in, and they can take that not slow grind, but they can take that momentum that you're riding and push it down on one bar. I've seen it. So be conservative. Be conservative. That way, if you lose small. All right. Like I said, APH is on the strong scanner. It's doing absolutely nothing. Wait a minute. I'm probably going to regret this, but SMTC is looking good. I should quit That's a 30-cent spread. That's a 30-cent spread. It's been really flat most of the morning. The 5, the open, you can't really count the open, but it's been flat on the 5, but it's starting to show some strength here. It's not been gray the whole morning. Same here, a lot of gray through here. And don't you like how visual that is? Don't you like that? I like that. I worked hard to get this stuff to help, to know what you're looking at. All right, we got 32,000. Well, it flashed down. We got negative pace coming in. Again, it's not killer. It's not a killer move. Now, this is what you want to see. You see that 9 right there on the 5 up here? That's a strong stop. When the 9 holds threshold, and I told you, it took me a while to figure out what threshold gives me the look or the characteristic of the stocks that I saw over the years that were making good moves. It took me a while to a lot of trial and error, but I got it. And I programmed it, and I want to use it to help other folks. Hopefully, make a little money in the process myself. And so we'll see. And look here. Look, this is QCOM on the 1. Is it a lot of gray or a lot of different colored areas? And see, that's the cool thing. These are the colored areas are the areas we would want to trade if everything lines up. But if this thing was gray the whole time, you didn't do anything. It could have been on all kinds of strong scanners, and you wouldn't have done jack. You wouldn't have made jack. So like I said, I use scans. I still use it. I like it. I'm going to continue to use it. But scans by itself is not enough. You got to have something else. And I figured that out because I used to trade only with scans. And I've said this many times. Scans by itself will help you find a potential trade, but it won't help you find the trade. At least I never could do it, not alone. Not using scans alone. All right, Dale's making a move. Look at that pop right there. That's probably just a fake out, guys. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Here, let me show it to you. Look at that pop on the 1. And the reason I knew it was happening is I could see it right here, dude. I could see that and I could see that. That's one information. This is buying on the 1. This is pace on the 1. I expect it and I can see it here. But we got absolutely no strength right here, guys. None. This is just to fool you. We got no strength. Unless it makes new highs, I'm not trading it. And you're still $1.21 off the high. $1.21 off the high. Let's see what it does. Look at this now. Most of that is colored on the 5. That's good. That means it's been a good. There were opportunities. Colored, different colors. It's not complete gray like we saw. So we'll see. See if it's a fake out. And I think it's a fake out. I really do. I think it's a fake out. And we even got an X control right here. That's a 3. That's the big green dot to 3. We got an X control on the 1 here, but we're weak on the 5. And you can say, well, didn't QCOM do that? Yeah, but QCOM was in the state above RSI and stochastics through that pullback on the 1 and then turned up. This actually dropped below here, so it's still trying to regain some strength. Because if you'll go back and look, and well, hey, we can go back and look. Let me get rid of that. SMTC is still trying to say, look at me, 20 cents off the high. Let's look at it. See if it's doing anything. 44 right here. That's good. We're 80s and 90s, 79 and 90s. 80s and 90s. That's good here. We got a peach box with positive numbers. That means it's buying, but it's a down move. Now we got a blue box with positive numbers. It's an up move. We got an X control trying to form. And that peach number was in the 5,000 range. Now it's 67, which means it's buying. It's buying on the down move. Well, we got good stochastics. We just don't have momentum, and we don't have volume, and we got poor volume on the 5. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let it go. It can run to $1,000. It won't be me. It's not strong enough. It doesn't have enough confluence. All right, and look, it just kicked in a minus 2,400. That means it's selling on this up move. The blue box means up. The peach box means down. The last peach box number I saw was like 6,700. This is now 4,328. So they're selling. It's starting to sell. And the only reason I know this, guys, I can see it. I can see it. And those are the inbox wave indicators. They help. They help. All right, Dell's looking like it's got potential. Let's put Dell back up on the. Let's look at it. All right, Dell's 33 cents off the high. That's good. It's getting near the high. And it consolidated. It went sideways for a good long time. We got some strength. We're at 75 and 90. We want 80s and 90s. Look here now. Look left. We've got a top right here. And we're above that top, but it still affects what happens over here. They can start pushing it down right here. So we need to have really good strength and volume over here to get through this area right there. We're above it, but you got to look left. All right. Dell's 50 cents off the high now. I'm taking I'm taking that one off. I don't want to see it. All right, Dell just did no, that was SMCT, sorry. Let me get Dell back up there. All right, Dell's got a little weak right here. It's a little weak. It was showing some strength, but the one is showing some weakness right here. And you see how I use the one all the time. The 5 looks strong, guys. Look over here. See this right-hand column over here? The 5 looks good. Look at that price action. But the 1's weak. It's got no volume. That's the one volume on the 1. The 5 looks great. Look, got strong volume. God, that's wonderful looking. But the 1 is weak, and we need the 1 to match the 5. And when it does, man, that's a good opportunity to make some do-re-mi. All right, it's 18 cents off the high. It hadn't hit new highs yet. The high is right there. The high is, let me see if I can find out. The high is 294.90. It gets above 294.90, we're interested. We're close. Look here. We're close. It just went above the day high. Dell just made a new high. And they hit the high day scan. We're not where we want to be. We got 75 or 77.90. We want 80.90. And we got 80.90 on the 1s. We got no volume though on the 1. That's what's holding us back. The 1 is holding us back. That's 16,000, 17,000, 80s and 90s, 77 and 90. We want 80s and 90s. We got steepness, which means we have momentum on both. Is he going to fake us out? I don't know. But 290 was the high. And it's just not moving. It's just not moving. It's not moving fast enough to to risk a trade going into the trade. We want it to be banging. All right, 12 o'clock. I'm done. All right, guys. Hope it's educational. That's what it is. It's all education. It's definitely not financial advice. You can lose money. Lots of it. Because I have. But hopefully I'm going to turn it around. And you can spend a lot of money. So just pick just try to be smart about what you buy and what you use, what you spend your money on. Because and you got to start somewhere. Once you start with this, that would be if you're a new trader and you've tried some things. Wait till I get some indicators out there and use this workflow. It will save you time and money. I promise you. That's the only thing I'm promising. But will you make any money? I don't know. I have no idea. That's not what I promise you. But I can tell you what this will do. This will help you pick the best opportunity out of a watch list full of symbols, and it's visual. It's easy to read. It looks complicated. It is not complicated. And with that said, I'm going to tell you that day trading is risky. This is educational purposes only. I do not give financial advice. You would not want financial advice from me. And with that said, I'm going to call it a day.